A song of hope in a church that cannot sing out loud. These people are Vietnamese Protestants, members of an unregistered house church group that cannot worship freely for fear of persecution or arrest.
They say there is freedom of religion, but the reality is that's not true.
Tran Van Tuan was sent to prison for a year and then a mental institution because he sent a government-sanctioned Bible to the head of the Communist Party.
I was injected with drugs. I don't know what they were, but I had no choice. If I refused, they restrained me. After 2 weeks, they started giving me pills, but most of the nurses knew I was not mentally ill.
The group claims to have 15,000 members across Vietnam, many in the country's Central Highlands, where there's a push by some minority groups for more autonomy. By some estimates, the Protestant faith is Vietnam's fastest-growing religion, expanding by 600% in the last decade. Al Jazeera gained access to the group after agreeing to meet members in secret and not reveal their identities. It's not possible for us to independently confirm the things they told us, but other sources have backed their claims. Certainly the extraordinary lengths we went to meet the group would suggest that being seen with foreign journalists was a highly risky activity for them. Carl Thayer, who's made extensive studies of religion inside Vietnam, says an estimated 300 people have been detained under national security laws, 30 in the past year.
They're sentenced to very long terms of imprisonment. Some are held incommunicado, others have been beaten, and the odd individual killed.
Win Van Min says he's suffered constant harassment from authorities because of his work with Highland minorities.
I'm not afraid, because I know this is God's work, but it can be pretty intense. There's a lot of pressure. I've been punched in the face before, and I've had to move to a new area, because I've been placed under so much pressure.
The church says it has the same doctrine as recognised churches. It's merely the way they worship the government opposes.
There are house churches whose pastors have decided to play ball with the communist regime and accept the controls, and they are flourishing. It's the other house churches that say they're just expressing freedom of religion, which is permitted in the Vietnamese constitution, and refuses to kowtow to the state that finds itself in strife.
Emily is one of the pastors of this particular church group. She says they've tried to register more than 150 groups with the government, which would allow them to worship openly, but without success.
We've offered our lives to Christ, and we will continue to serve him until he stops this ministry, or until we die.
The leaders of this church are defiant. They say they won't bow to what the government wants, whatever the personal cost. It is, they say, a matter of faith. Al Jazeera, Vietnam.